I'm Yoshie, a 50-something homemaker living in a house in Tokyo. Right after I finished college, I dived into work full throttle, and before I knew it, I married Shigeo, a salesman from a client company. We had an adorable son named Sota. Afterward, the three of us lived with my mother-in-law Miyoko, but dealing with my husband and his mom was just brutal, like one hardship after another. Right from the start of living together, I was constantly bullied by my husband and mother-in-law.
Hey, the room's a mess. Dinner's late too. Move faster, you lazy slug.
Even if you say that, I'm exhausted from work. Can't you pitch in with the chores at least a little?
Don't get cocky with me. If you can't handle the housework, quit your job already. Stop acting all high and mighty just because you work.
My mother-in-law clearly hated that I had kept working after marriage and constantly found something to nag about.
Yeah, that's right. You're totally useless. A failure of a wife. Be grateful I even married you.
Grateful? For what? You dump all the housework and childcare on me.
Mom, look! I drew a picture.
Wow, Sota, it's amazing. You're so talented. Even though I resented it all, I couldn't take my young son away from his father, so I gritted my teeth and carried on with this miserable life. Everything changed more than 10 years later, around the time Sota was starting college. My father, living alone back home, suffered a stroke and was left partially paralyzed. He needed caregiving. I could just stand by and do nothing when my beloved dad was in such trouble. Please let me go back home to take care of my father.
Absolutely not. If you leave, who's going to take care of me and my mom?
You're both still healthy and capable of taking care of yourselves. My dad is physically disabled and can't be left alone. More than anything, I want to repay him for raising me all by himself.
Don't be ridiculous. You're here to take care of us, and that's it.
Yeah, forget about your dad and cut ties with him. And don't you dare spend any of your earnings on his care either.
What did you just say? Their selfishness pushed me to my breaking point. Fine, that's it.
Finally, you get it. Now hurry up and...
I said I'm done listening to anything you say.
What?
I've put up with enough. My dad raised me with love after losing my mom early on. He never treated me like a maid unlike you two.
Wait, where's this coming from all of a sudden?
I've had enough of this miserable life. Sota's graduating high school, so I don't have to take this anymore. I'm divorcing you. That's it. We're done.
Divorce? Wait, look, telling you to cut ties with your dad was too much. I admit that. I'm sorry. So please don't...
No, we're done. I'm going back home to take care of my dad and will financially support him too.
You've got to be kidding me. If I take a modest attitude, don't get carried away.
That's right. You really are a useless wife.
You're the ones who've been useless as a husband and mother-in-law. I'm not coming back here, so do whatever you want from now on. As I packed my things, Sota ran up to me.
Mom, you're leaving to live with Grandpa, right? Then I'm coming with you.
But Sota, I thought you were planning to move out and live on your own.
I was, but Grandpa's place is pretty close to my college. Plus, I've been worried about him too.
Sota, thank you. And with that, I left the house where I suffered for years, taking Sota with me to start a new chapter of our lives. After that, a new life began with Dad and Sota. Since Dad didn't have dementia and only suffered partial paralysis, round-the-clock care wasn't necessary. Sorry, I'm done with work now, so I'll be heading out. Before going home, I'll stop by the store and pick up some groceries. Tomorrow, I'll need to accompany Dad to the hospital. Dad? Are you okay? I'll grab a change of clothes for you.
Oh, thanks, Yoshie.
Life was tough, juggling work, caregiving, and daily responsibilities. But with the help of care services, I managed to make it work. And most of all, being able to live by Dad's side, supporting him despite his physical limitations, gave me a sense of relief amidst the struggles. One day, as I was adjusting to this new lifestyle, they showed up at my house.
Hey, Yoshie, why haven't you come back home yet?
I told you, we're getting a divorce. What do you think you're doing, barging into my house? Get out now.
Shut up. The place is a mess without you there to clean up.
get back home and take care of the house already.
And make sure you send us money too. You're such a pain in the butt.
Even though they'd ignored me every time I tried to talk about the divorce, they had no problem barging in and yelling whenever they wanted money or housework done. I can't believe this. How dare they act like this, especially with my dad here. Enough already. Don't you realize how disrespectful it is to barge in here when my sick father is living with me? How stupid can you be?
What did you just say?
If you keep this up, I'm calling the police. Get out of here right now.
I'm never agreeing to this divorce. You hear me?
With that, my husband and mother-in-law stormed off as if fleeing the scene. I can't believe they actually had the nerve to barge into my house. I need to cut ties with them as soon as possible. Although they left quietly this time, who knows when they might show up again or what they'll do next. Expecting this to turn into a long battle, I resolved to finalize the divorce as quickly as I could. But caught up in the daily grind of work and caregiving, I couldn't carve out enough time to deal with it. Whenever I brought it up, all I got was,
Just come back home and take care of the house like before, and everything will be fine.
they stubbornly insisted. Phew. I let out an unconscious sigh, and Dad, looking concerned, spoke up.
Are you okay, Yoshie? You're not overworking yourself, are you?
Dad, sorry. I guess I've been showing it on my face.
Don't apologize. You've got work too, and I'm causing you so much trouble.
What are you talking about? I'm doing this because I want to, so don't worry about it.
I may not be able to do much for you, but please, don't push yourself too hard. I've saved enough for a care facility if it ever comes to that.
Thank you, Dad. Life was undeniably tough, but if you asked me whether it was painful or miserable, I say no. There was joy and fulfillment in being able to support the dad I loved so much. Even the small, everyday conversations we had were a source of happiness.
Grandpa, let's watch TV together. Sure, Sota. Pick whatever you like.
Sota actively engaged with Dad, and Dad absolutely adored his grandson. Caregiving was no doubt challenging, but compared to living with my husband and mother-in-law, my life now was far more peaceful and fulfilling. Phew, I'm exhausted. One day as I came home from work, they showed up again.
Oh, you're finally back. Took you long enough.
What the? You two? What do you want this time?
It's been a while, Yoshie. We're here to talk about something important.
Important?
Yeah, we need you to help us out with some money. Things have been tight lately, you know?
You gotta be kidding me.
It doesn't have to be much. You're still working full-time and earning good money, right? Just like before, help us out with some living expenses.
Of course, it was just another plea for money. They even looked more unkempt than before, suggesting their financial troubles had worsened. Why on earth should I give you money? If you're not going to agree to discuss the divorce, then leave right now.
How many times do I have to say it? I'm never agreeing to a divorce. Legally, you're still part of this family, so paying us is only natural.
My husband didn't earn much, yet he was a reckless spender and addicted to gambling. It seemed his gambling habit had only gotten worse since I left. He sees me as nothing but a cash cow. He's planning to cling to me forever, isn't he? Pathetic.
What did you just say?
It's pathetic for grown adults to come begging for money. Figure it out yourselves.
How dare you talk to us like that?
And by the way, Sota will be home soon.
What?
Are you seriously planning to beg me for money in front of your own kid? Don't you feel ashamed at all?
Shut up. If you just give us the money, everything will be fine.
I'm not giving you a dime. I'm standing my ground. Get out!
You're such a mouthy wife.
Damn it. You'll regret this.
Finally, they're gone.
Mom, I'm home.
Oh, Sota. Welcome back.
I thought I heard Dad and Grandma's voices just now.
Really? Must have been your imagination. Now come inside. Let's have dinner. Thank goodness Sota didn't run into them. Time passed and Sota graduated college and landed a job. A few years later, he announced he was getting married to someone he'd met at work.
Congratulations, Sota. I'm so proud of you. Grandpa's overjoyed too.
We got to celebrate tonight.
Hi, I'm Yuika. It's so nice to meet you.
Sota's fiancée Yuika was a bright and cheerful young woman with a lovely smile. She was incredibly kind to both me and Dad. Sota, you found such a wonderful wife. Seeing the woman my son had chosen filled me with pride. Maybe my parenting hadn't been a mistake after all. But the day after basking in this brief happiness, they showed up again.
I heard it. Soda's getting married, isn't he?
Congrats, Sota. We all need to throw a big celebration, huh?
Somehow, my husband and mother-in-law caught wind of the news and barged in as if they owned the place. Will you knock it off already? Sota's at work right now. He's not even here.
Oh, is that so? Well, that's a shame.
This place seems pretty old, doesn't it?
Huh? Something felt off. Even though they claimed they were here to celebrate Sota, they kept looking around the house, eyeing every corner. Hey, what are you two doing here? Just leave already.
Stop nagging. I told you, we're here to celebrate Sota.
I already said he's not home.
Looking closely, this place is pretty spacious and well built. Seems like a comfy place to live, huh, Mom?
Yes, much better than where we are living now. This place looks so peaceful.
Let's check out that other room over there.
Wait a minute, that room is... After snooping around the house, they had the audacity to try to barge into the room where my dad was resting. Enough already! My dad's sleeping in there. What are you even thinking?
Hard to tell how bad he is just by seeing him lying in bed.
Excuse me?
How sick is your dad, really?
What's the doctor saying? Did they give him a life expectancy or what?
What did you just say?
Oh, by the way, could you lend me some money? We're really struggling right now.
I've had enough of your nonsense. Asking about my dad's remaining time? Are you out of your mind? And I'm not lending you any money.
What's the big deal? There's nothing wrong with asking about your dad's health. And since you're still legally part of this family, you should be helping us out financially. Don't you see how generous I'm being?
Now, Shigeo, let it go. You just need to be patient a little longer.
You're right. That's true.
Huh? The two exchanged a suspicious glance, grinned smugly, and left. What's their deal? It's so creepy. Are they plotting something again?
Yoshie?
Oh, Dad! I'm sorry about the commotion. Let me help you sit up. As the years passed, Dad had become much weaker compared to when I first started taking care of him.
Shigeo and his mother were here, weren't they? They're quite persistent, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
I may be an old man with not much time left, but I want you and Sota to be happy no matter what.
Dad? What's with the sudden talk?
As a father and a grandfather, I want to do what I can for both of you, one last time.
I tilted my head, confused by his words, but he just smiled gently at me. The following year, Dad passed away.
Grandpa, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dad. Loved by so many, my dad was surrounded by people who cared for him as he passed peacefully. And as expected, my husband and mother-in-law didn't even bother to show up at the funeral.
Oh, it's a picture of you as a kid, Mom.
Dad even kept something like this. Unbelievable. While sorting through Dad's belongings after the funeral, I suddenly heard some commotion outside.
Hey, Yoshie, you in there?
That voice. It can't be.
What a walk. But man, this place sure looks comfy to live in, huh?
Yeah, I say so. Guess I can overlook how old it is.
You two. You didn't even bother showing up for Dad's funeral, and now you're here with all that luggage? What's the meaning of this?
So the old man's finally out of the picture, huh? That means my mom and I will be moving in starting today.
What? What are you even talking about? You can't just spring this on me.
Oh, we've had this planned for a long time.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll be taking over the old man's house.
You're done here, so pack your stuff and get out already, would ya?
I couldn't even begin to comprehend their twisted logic, claiming my father's house just because he passed away. My jaw practically hit the floor. Wait a second. What's going on here?
Well, you've been useless as a family member, never giving us any money, so it's only fair I take this house. What's yours is mine, after all.
That doesn't even make sense.
Everything's your fault for not serving us properly. Oh, and by the way, we had to sell the house we were living in to pay off some debts.
Debts?
Yeah, that's right. At least it covered part of what we owed. Anyway, starting today, this is officially our house. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you transfer the ownership of this house to me, I'll finally agree to a divorce.
Exactly. If you really want to cut ties with us, you better hurry up with the paperwork.
Man, being stuck in a marriage with a failure of a wife like you was a pain. But I guess persistence pays off, huh?
Wait, you're saying the only reason you refused to divorce me all this time was to get your hands on this house?
Oh, you're just figuring that out now? Too slow. Anyway, you're useless to us now. Go on, get out of here. Shoo shoo.
What's wrong? Speechless from the shock? Don't tell me you still think I love you.
God, you're pathetic. A worthless wife like you should just hand over the house and leave already.
As I stood in silence, staring at the floor, Sota walked over and spoke to me.
Hey, Mom, you never told them about that, did you? Huh? That? What do you mean? Hmm?
What the hell? Why are you suddenly laughing like a lunatic?
It's just, you two are so unbelievably stupid I couldn't help myself.
What did you just say?
Enough with the laughing. Just spit it out already. What's this about?
Oh, you seriously don't know? This house is already set to be Sota's family's home.
What? Sota's family?
Are you dense? Sota's family is us, obviously.
No, you're the dense ones. Sota has his own family now.
Mother? You're...
Yuka, who had been helping organize my father's belongings in the back room, came over when she heard the commotion. Oh, and right now, Yuka is carrying Sota's child.
Nice to meet you. I'm Yuika, Sota's wife. Wait, that belly. Are you pregnant? I guess I'm due early next year.
My father's will states that this house is to go to Sota and his family. See? It's written right here in the will.
A will? So yeah, starting now, this house belongs to me and my family. Well, in that case, it's simple. Sota's family can live here with me and my mom.
What?
Exactly. That's the best solution. I can't wait to see my great-grandchild's face. And Sota, wouldn't it be reassuring to have your dad and grandma living here too?
With your wife around, she can handle the housework, and you're earning a good income. That settles it. We're all set for life. Ugh.
You're planning to mooch off Sota now? Enough of this.
Enough, Dad. Grandma, too.
Huh?
Sorry, but I'm an adult now. I have a wife and a child on the way. When I was younger, I didn't fully understand, but now I see just how terrible the things you did to Mom really were.
What are you saying?
Sota.
I'm not a kid anymore who needs protecting. I'm the head of this house now. For years, you two exploited Mom, worked her to the bone, and begged her for money, didn't you? It was only natural for her to serve us.
That mindset is outdated. What you did wasn't care or respect. It was exploitation. Do you have any idea how much Mother suffered because of you two? Who do you think you are? Stay out of this, you outsider.
If we keep associating with you two, my family might get dragged into this mess. So, we're cutting ties with you for good. What? How dare you talk to your parents like that, you brat?
Exactly. You've clearly been poisoned by your useless mother.
You're wrong. What I'm saying is, it's my turn to protect Mom now. And if you ever do anything to hurt Mom or Yuika, I won't stand for it.
Sota, Yuka, thank you.
What do we do now, Shigeo? We sold the house we lived in, and if we can't stay here, then...
Fine. At this point... Yoshi, I'm sorry for everything. I'll change, I promise. Let's just forget all the bad blood and live peacefully together from now on, okay?
Were you listening? Sota and I both said we don't want anything to do with you anymore. And whether I forgive you or not isn't your decision to make. It's mine.
But we sold our old house. We don't have anywhere to live.
Not my problem. You've had plenty of time to work and save up, but instead, you chose to slack off. This is the result of your own actions.
Damn it! I'm even apologizing here. How could you abandon us when we're drowning in debt? You're heartless.
Exactly. You shameless woman. The least you could do is help us out a little, can't you?
Are you done talking? This house belongs to Sota's family and me. There's no room for you here, and I couldn't care less about what happens to you now. Tough luck. The only option left for you is to finalize the divorce and cut all ties with us. Now get out and do your best with your new life. Good luck.
No, this can't be happening.
And so the divorce was finally finalized.
Did you blow all your money on gambling again? Oh, you're such a useless son. What are we supposed to do for this month's living expenses?
Shut up, old hag. I'll just win it back next time.
According to rumors, Shigeo and his mother, now homeless and burdened with debt, were living in hiding, constantly on the run from debt collectors.
Why did it have to end up like this? I'm starving.
If they find us, we're done for.
And as for me now...
Grandma!
Oh my. Grandkids are the cutest, aren't they? I'm living happily in my father's house, the one I took care of him in, now shared with my son and his family.
Grandma, come play with me.
Of course, sweetie. What should we play? It took such a long, arduous journey to get here, but now, surrounded by memories of my late father, Sota, and all the wonderful people in my life, I can finally savor this peaceful happiness and be truly grateful.